Hello and welcome to Up on the Roof. Today I've got John Grimes from the Smart Energy Council. Welcome, John.
Hey, Ria, fantastic to be here.
How are you going?
Yeah, really well. We're sort of exciting times for us. We're about to rebrand. So
I
people
did
might have
see that. It
seen,
looks amazing. I love the new
yeah,
colours.
the concept is this arrow, right? So the arrow was about action and it's about really moving to a really smart, clean energy future. So it's about the action required to make that transition. So we're really pleased. It's
How
been a long time
exciting.
in the making. People keep an eye out. I think tomorrow our new website will be up, so the rebrand will be complete.
Yeah, perfect.
What we did do, which was really interesting, Ria, is we reached out to our members and we said, who are we? Because others see us more clearly than we see ourselves.
Yeah.
And to get that feedback from people, in fact, and we reached out to you, we were really grateful for your input in the process as well. And what came back was kind of insightful, I think. When we asked the question, so who is the Smart Energy Council? The first thing that came back is that people said they really appreciated that we were an independent peak industry body.
Yeah,
We've got no
fantastic.
ties to government, so we act really just for our members
Mm-hmm.
and for the customers and for the community. So that was the first thing. And that means that they saw us as being bold advocates.
Mm-hmm.
So at times, our industry is pushed around and sometimes, is in a tough position from governments at all levels. And we stand up and we take bold action when required. And so people, I think, appreciate
Yeah, you're happy
that.
to get your hands dirty and certainly get in there and need to be, you say what you need to say when you need to say it.
It's the last thing we want to do is
Yeah.
have those hard campaigns, but sometimes you've got to have a hard campaign because
Yeah, of
otherwise
course.
they'll just run over the top of you. So
Yeah.
the,
Well, I
the,
mean,
the
I
other
remember the Save the Solar campaign as well that Fiona was contributing to and I was contributing to. And Smart Energy Council did a fantastic job on that. Where would we be without it today?
Totally, so you guys were real heroes of that. Actually gave us the funding that made that possible, so that was fantastic. And more recently in Victoria, when the Victorian government stuffed up the rebate program there, companies were going bust, right? We had to take to the streets, otherwise there would have been more businesses lost. So that was,
you should be very proud of yourself and your team.
No, it's been fantastic, and really all we do is we blow the whistle, but it's the whole community coming out, which is kind of the second point, and that is that it's such a big and diverse network. It really is a whole ecosystem from manufacturers and distributors and renewable energy certificate traders and legal people and installers, and totally, and it's a good group of people, so that network's really powerful, and so we kind of orchestrate the network as well. We try and be really practical in the approach, just kind of get to the point, no one's got time for fluff,
No sugarcoating.
No, totally, so that's a big part of what we do. And finally, I think it's about making sure that the quality players win. We don't want to see the cowboys. We don't want inferior product, right? We don't want people cutting corners. We want good long-term outcomes that build, strong, sustainable companies and
integrity,
and deliver good products. Totally.
Yeah.
So that's another part of I think. So hopefully we've captured that in the rebrand. People will see that reflected in what we're doing and saying. And so thank you to everyone who helped, and hopefully we've hit the mark and really keen to get feedback from people as we go forward.
Yeah, that's great. That's really awesome. How exciting. Another journey ahead. So tell me, you're working on hydrogen. So tell me a little bit about this certification scheme.
This is something people wouldn't perhaps necessarily associate with the Smart Energy Council, but actually for about 2 years, we've had a Hydrogen Australia division, and we focus really on renewable hydrogen. Because the problem is that when governments talk about hydrogen, particularly I think at times the federal government, what they're talking about is fossil fuel-based hydrogen, right? Actually using gas and coal to make hydrogen. The problem with that is that just creates a carbon bomb for the future, right? So we really want to say clearly that the only possible future for the globe is renewable hydrogen made from renewable energy, zero carbon hydrogen. So we've set up this zero carbon certification scheme, and we've started to actually certify projects to say, yes, the hydrogen that you're producing is emissions free, it is renewable hydrogen.
Fantastic.
And the first project we're certifying is the hydrogen refueling station through ActuAGL in the ACT. So producing renewable hydrogen to power a fleet of vehicles, and the only waste product that comes out of the tailpipe is water vapor, right? It's actually possible to drink, the exhaust that comes out of these cars. So that's a really exciting thing. And then the next project we're doing is a renewable ammonia project. Yara in the Pilbara have got an arena funding to do a renewable ammonia project. So using renewable energy to produce renewable ammonia, and we'll be certifying that as our second project. So really exciting. I think it's important to early on say, no, it's got to be renewable. Yes. And these projects aren't greenwashing. These are the real deal. We've certified that they totally are. So the buyers know what they're buying. So that's really, really great.
That's absolutely awesome. I think the innovation over the last 2 years has just been fantastic within the industry.
I agree. It's really exciting. And we've sort of gone from this debate of let's get a few more percentage renewable energy on the grid to actually, how do we electrify transportation? How do we capture this great renewable energy and export it, around the world, either as gases and fuels, or actually create the renewable metals, the renewable steel, aluminium, zinc in this country, so that we can actually employ people, reindustrialize our economy, strengthen our economy, and actually, become a renewable energy exporting superpower. So it's kind of like we've gone from kind of just thinking small to actually saying, actually, the whole world is at our feet.
Yeah, it really is.
I heard a stat recently. Sorry, just very briefly. You put a solar panel in Germany. And you put the exact same solar panel in the outback of New South Wales, Queensland, and in Western Australia. And the one in Australia will produce 2.6 times more energy than the one in Germany, up to 2.6 times more energy, right? So that is our national competitive advantage. That's why Australia really can. Totally, And
that's so exciting.
And so I think this is a whole new debate. I think it's a whole new era. And I think we can and should own the future, and it's up to us to basically make sure that happens. So we're really pleased to be part of that process.
That's absolutely awesome. It's so good to hear your enthusiasm and just to see the innovation, and so good to still work so closely with the Smart Energy Council. You've been absolutely fantastic and such a big supporter of, not only the renewable and energy industry, but most industries across the clean energy space.
Well, Ria, I'd like to pay tribute to your leadership, actually. People wouldn't know the amount of things that you do and your company does behind the scenes in terms of promoting quality, right? And taking an integrity-based approach. So it's fantastic to be working together with you, and really look forward to doing that in the future.
Let's do another episode in a couple of weeks, and we'll see where you're up to with these projects.
Awesome. Love to. Fantastic.
Thanks, John.
Good on you. Thanks, Ria.